Okay, guys, welcome to tonight's Connect Call. This is Jason Goff speaking, the Global Director of Marketing at Sisel. And I can't believe they finally let me drive. So I actually am hosting the call tonight, and of course we've got a lot of great stuff coming up for you. What a blur this has been. I've been with the company now for about 8 months. And it's just been incredible. Dynamic times for sure. You know, every day is different. There's new challenges, new things going on, trying to keep up with you guys and your activity and trying to keep up with the growth and all the plans and the strategies that we're trying to implement. You know, it's like my mentor used to say, you know, a longtime MLM guy, he used to say, you know, if you want to do the same thing every day, you should go work in a bank. Because this is not that job. And so this is what I love about the industry. And every time I roll up to the building, I just think about what fun things do I have in store for me today, what challenges, and isn't it great when we can overcome those challenges together. So, yeah, I mean, I really am having a lot of fun. This is why I wanted to get back into the network marketing industry after almost a 2-year hiatus. Working in retail, and I love it. I've had a chance to meet several of you, those that have come through, the building and made that visit and brought, new prospects in. I love the commitment to do that, and it's so great to meet you and hear your stories and to be able to think about how things we can do to help you improve your business. It's been a lot of fun. As I've mentioned in previous calls, I had some initiatives in front of me when I first came on board, and having had a lot of experience in the industry, it's exciting to be able to take that and apply it to a new company. And for me, it's a strategic process. And as much as you want to just come in and really hit the ground running, I mean, you do that, but you have to kind of pick your areas where you're going to focus, and it's much like your business. You can't do everything, and that's kind of the approach that I've taken. And so it's great to kind of see some of these things begin to take shape. When I was a kid, I used to love to watch the A-Team, and of course the Hannibal always said at the end of the show, I love it when a plan comes together, and that's kind of what it feels like for me right now. We've had a lot of things that we've been discussing. We've had some products that, we've been able to launch, and we've got some new ones in the pipeline. So I'm going to talk about that real quick. But it's sure been a lot of fun to see things take shape. So just wanted to touch briefly on Compliance Corner. Maybe not a super exciting topic, but it's funny. As a marketing guy, I came up in this industry always kind of pushing the limit. I always wanted to hit that envelope, of the best kind of marketing collateral, the best kind of talking points. And after many, many hours and knockdown, drag-out fights with legal and the different companies that I've worked for, I've come to appreciate why compliance is important. And, we can all do with a healthy reminder of the things that we can and can't do, the things that we can and can't say, how we protect this brand that we've all built together. And so, we've put out this kind of Compliance Corner. This has been an initiative that I've had to make sure that we don't do anything that's going to jeopardize our business. I've seen far too many of our competitors kind of get in trouble for the claims that distributors make, and sometimes even the company. And so, I refer you to our blog where we have our Compliance Corner, where we talk about, income claims, the proper things to say when talking about our products, the proper way to represent yourself as an independent distributor so as not to confuse people that may think you are actually the company, and that happens, and that can be problematic. But make sure you check that out. And again, I want to protect our business because this is a brand that we're building together. Also want to talk about Aaron's tour. Aaron will be through New Zealand, Australia, and Japan all the month of March. So, he's sort of left his credit card and is committed to letting me just kind of do whatever I want for the next month. So I'm super excited about that. I think we're going to be bringing in a lot of lunch, and we're going to be having a lot of fun. The cats will away, the mice will play. So we're gonna play and have some fun. But definitely, if you can make it, hit Aaron's tour. It's going to be exciting. He's going to be, bringing a lot of information. He's worked very closely with my team of very talented, creative individuals to put together a presentation that he'll be giving. Many of you know Aaron. He's a lot of fun. I told him, he's a large reason. Maybe I should word that differently. He's a big part of why I came on board with Sisel. When I met this guy, we just clicked. And, we talked for a couple of hours, and I just knew that I could work with this guy. And so having that great boss is so huge. So also want to talk about the Masters event in Pennsylvania that's coming up on March 21st, 22nd with Tom Jr. and Thomas. They'll be out there. I wish I could go. But they'll be actually presenting a lot on some new information. Tom Jr. has a new product that he's going to be releasing at that event. And this is something that I've had the privilege of working on with him, as the rest of my team have as well. And, man, I am super excited about this. I've wanted to be a part of this for some time now, even before I got here to Sisel. So I was so excited when I found out that this was something that he was passionate about, because it's something that I've been passionate about for a long time. And so can't wait to, I won't say anything more than that other than this is going to change our business. I am confident of that. And I can't wait to get your take on it and see you guys run with it. So if you can make that event, please do. It's going to be incredible. And then Thomas will be spending some time on the starter kit, the Sisel system kit that we have put together. I've been really excited to roll this out. Hopefully you guys have seen the show, the most recent episode of the show, which I think we released last week, where I walked you through the kit and kind of talked about it a little bit. And so Thomas is going to spend some time on that. And again, I know that that's going to really impact our business and help us be successful and make sure that when new people come into our company, they know what they need to do right away. They've got a path to follow, that you guys can help, supplement that path. And so really excited to roll that out. And I know what having a good kit and a good system does for retention as well. So, again, it's been a ton of fun. I just love working at Sisel. I love the people I get to work with. What an incredible company. And I'm so excited to see these initiatives come to fruition. And I really think, wow, momentum, we've experienced it already. H2 Sticks was a product that it far surpassed our expectations. I don't want to steal any thunder. Maybe Aaron will talk about, what that product's already doing in Europe. So without any further ado, please let me turn the time over to Vice President of Sales and Marketing and an all-around good guy, Mr. Aaron Rennert. Take it away, Aaron.
Well, Jason, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Well, everybody, I appreciate Jason jumping on the call tonight. Milo is still traveling, and Jason, literally, in my opinion, is the perfect person to jump on tonight because of his background and his experience, and the thing that he brings to Sisel is an energy unlike we've had in the past. Obviously, with Jason, we've got some beautiful things that are starting to come about. I mean, I kind of use the fruition piece of the phrase because I start to see some of those things that he envisioned when he came on board, and some of those areas that we were lacking. We obviously know that there was some room for improvement, but I love the fact that what Jason did was he came in, sat down, and said, hey, I know that there are some areas that I can impact immediately. We, of course, knew that we needed to really work on the website. He started working on that immediately and had a person on contract that he has been working with aggressively, making sure that our transaction process is simple and straightforward, and that's a daily progress and work. And I'll tell you this as well, is that there's other things that he's done, but that distributor kit that we're talking about, if you guys did see the show, that is going to be ready for the Pennsylvania event, as Jason mentioned. And I am just giving a lot of praise to Jason and his team, but without the direction, folks, as you well know, direction can't take you everywhere you need to go, but I'll tell you what, it can take you down a path, and with a good team around you, you can have a lot of success, and that's what we were lacking, in my opinion, was just having that direction, that person at the helm that said, I've been here before, I've done it for 20-plus years, I understand this part of the business, I understand what people are looking for, let's not make it so complex that people can't dive in and digest it, but let's make it complex enough that people have a track to run on. And so I gave Jason a bunch of my materials that I'd created over the years, what you guys may know as the first 48 hours, the 5 steps to success, et cetera. Jason said, yeah, that's great. Let me just put it in what I would consider to be the contextualized version of that, and literally laid it down. And when I read through it, I thought, you know what? I can do this. Like, this is something that I can read. It's bite-sized. It's digestible. I feel confident that I can have people come in and they can do all kinds of wonderful things to help us get to that next level. And it's going to be a lot of fun as you start to see people show up with a distributor kit, with a starter kit in hand, that when they get that first order, now they've got a track to run on, they've got the tools in their hands, they've got brochures, they've got the success system, they've got flip chart and all kinds of things, tear pages and everything you need, literally, just to get started. And from our perspective, that's what we were really lacking in the past. And again, Jason came in and said, we're going to get this done, and doggone it, we did. And more so he and his team did. So again, Jason, I'm so happy to have you on board. Just what an incredible brain. And as our global marketing director, he's a person that walks in the door and says, I want to think about all things Sisel, not just here in the U.S., not just in Canada, but all, obviously everywhere. And so as I prepare to go down to Australia, to New Zealand, and then obviously on to Japan, Jason is a person that literally has just sat there side by side, making sure that I'm completely prepared, having his team there at the ready. So again, folks, he's just been one of those people that makes it very easy for us to start to see those successful moves that we needed to see in terms of a chess game. There's just a day-to-day operation that has to happen in order for us to get to the other side of the board, and we see it daily, and hopefully you guys are seeing it in some of the information that's coming out, videos that are being directed by him, compensation plan information, et cetera, et cetera. So again, everybody, welcome Jason after a number of months again to the call. And I really am absolutely ecstatic because we have so many things going this year. I know for a fact that we're going to have some things that are going to be monumental. I really do. And we've got some leadership in the field that have been amazing people for us to bounce ideas off of and to be resources for us and to give us, good constructive feedback, et cetera. And so as I get ready to go off to New Zealand, Australia, and Japan, it's up to me, obviously, to do what I need to do in order for me to have the materials at my hands, PowerPoints, presentations, et cetera, giveaway swag items, et cetera. But, it was really Doc Fizz that kind of teed me up and said, listen, Aaron, I've got to have, when you're getting ready to go, let us know so that we can tee up a great call. We'll have everybody from Australia and New Zealand on the call that have hit master or above. And let's kick this thing off. So I'm excited because I know that we've got the right people in each individual city and area that I'll be going to that are ready and prepared to literally not only embrace me, but to embrace those others that are part of this tour. And so I look forward to that. But of course, Jason mentioned this other wonderful event that's coming up at the end of the month in Pennsylvania that many of you have been to. I've been to it a couple times now, and I'll tell you this. When we talk about these types of events, in my opinion, are where leaders are born. They really are. And we talk about it because something touches you in a way that you had no idea you could be touched that way in the past, and something hits you like a brick on the head, and you say to yourself, oh, I finally have found it. I finally have found the magic information, the magic pill, the tool that I needed, the information that I've been looking for. I finally found it. And I think that, in my opinion, is what really hits people in a different way, because when you're in a group of people and you're surrounded by people that are like-minded, you're surrounded by people that are embracing the cause, people that are excited about the future, people that want to walk down a path with other people that are interested in going the same direction, it's hard to hold or conceal that excitement. And so it starts to happen and the energy starts to build. Well, I'll tell you this right now. You have two people that are going to be at that event amongst others in our incredible leadership team, but you've got two people that are going to be at that event that have literally grown up in the Mower mission. You've got Tom Mower Jr., who literally for the last 34 years has been a part of building this incredible company, the Mower mission, what we consider to be now the Sisel Safe philosophy. He's been out there grinding away, making it happen, flying around the world and being a part of that for the last 34 years. And as you know, he's the CEO of the company, but he's also a great brain. I mean, Jason and I have an opportunity to work with him on a daily basis. It's so much fun because not only is he fun and enjoyable and great to talk to, but then all of a sudden he loses you with knowledge and information and science that literally goes so far above my head. Maybe Jason catches it, but I sometimes just look at Tom and say, you know what, I kid you not, I have no idea what you just said. And we laugh about it and we joke about it, and that's fine. But I want you to know that what you're going to learn about this product that has been 100% his baby. I mean, he has done everything to facilitate this product coming out to the point where you are going to have that product available in Pennsylvania on a pallet at the back of the room, ready to purchase. If you are there, you'll have an opportunity to pick that product up at the event. And I'm not telling you what it is. I'm not giving you any insight into the details of it. As Jason said, boy, we're just not at liberty to talk about it yet. But I'll tell you this, it's going to launch at that event, and then it's going to take off like wildfire. And Jason mentioned it earlier. We are going to bring a different dynamic to this company. We're going to bring a different demographic to this company. You're going to see new people that will get involved with your business because of this product. So I want each of you that were sitting on the fence thinking about, boy, should I go out to that event or not? Should I go to Pennsylvania? Is it worth it for me to get out there? Is it worth my time? Should I travel there? Should I just learn about it afterwards from the people that are there and hear kind of a recap? Folks, I'll tell you this right now. You want to be at this event. This one is going to be one of those absolute just doorbusters. I don't even know how best to say it. I literally wish that I wasn't on the other side of the world when they were there, because unfortunately I can't take something that I can't get registered yet into another country. So I'm the one that's sitting on the fence on it, and I have to watch from afar. But I'll tell you what, folks, if you're here in North America, you do not want to watch from afar. Just telling you, you want to be there. And when Jason talked about the starter kit, giving people an opportunity for the track to run on, yeah, he did a phenomenal job on the show, explaining the contents of the kit and really what the impetus behind the kit was, you know, the psychology and the philosophy of the kit. But if you flip that over, now think about Thomas being out there, who's absolutely passionate about it, about the product, about the kit, about the business, about the compensation plan, and he's going to train people on that kit. He's going to take people down the path so that people really understand it. And I'll tell you this, you're going to have an opportunity to see firsthand these kits at your fingertips. And I know that there are people, I'm getting text messages even as I'm talking about it from people that will be at that event out in Pennsylvania. And I'm getting these text messages, you got to tell me what the product is. You got to tell me, will I be able to buy the kit? Yeah, you'll be able to buy the kit there. It's about $20. I think we're selling it for $19.95 to existing distributors. So you can buy it there at that event. So have an opportunity. If you're brand new and you're thinking about getting involved, go out and enroll and get involved there, and you'll have that kit at your fingertips when you enroll, and you'll be able to take it home with you. For the distributor enrolling, it's $24.95. So there's a great opportunity for you to have that kit in your hands. And again, for you that want to know what your people are getting, or you want to have the kit in your hands at your fingertips, so that you know anybody that you bring in what they're getting, so that you can take them through a conversation and a little bit of training and give them a little mentoring and coaching. Well, then you'll have that kit there. So again, I really emphasize the importance of being to these events. I want to emphasize the opportunity that you'll have to learn all you can learn from these events, where you literally are sitting around with people that are thinking the same things you're thinking, and have a chance to walk away with all of that information in your brain to have a new product in your hands that will help you build your business, and to have a kit in your fingertips that you'll be able to go out and actually have a track to run on, as well as that same track for the people that are coming in. One of the biggest things that's important in this business is duplication. And so I know that without duplication, you won't have the ability to see somebody do exactly what you've just done in order for them to have the successes that you've already had. So again, very, very important. So with that being said, there's somebody that has always been to these events. He looks forward to these events. He drives from North Carolina. He makes his way up to Pennsylvania, and he is just as ecstatic about these events as he is about any events that he ever does, because of the type of impact that these events have on people. And Ray Hutchison, I know that you are chomping at the bit to have this product, to know what it is. You've just been pounding me over the head. Text messages, phone calls, etc. I'm leaving town in the morning, so I can't get back with everybody. I want you to know that, and it'll be tough for me to even say goodbye to my wife. But the bottom line is, Ray, you are so pumped because you know something's in the air. You just don't know what it is. So when you think about the event coming up, we've got two big events this year. One is going to be the Masters event in Pennsylvania, March 22nd and 23rd, and then we've got the Mower Mountain event, which you've been out to a couple of times. And the Mower Mountain event, we see leaders not only be born there, but we also see some great activities that help people learn how to work with their teammates and how to work together. So Ray Hutchison, you're on the call. You're calling in from North Carolina. You're just an amazing leader. You've got a massive organization, a massive business with Sisel Growing. What do these events mean to you? What can people expect at the Masters event? And then why do they need to be at that Mower Mountain coming up in September on the 12th through the 14th? Ray Hutchison, welcome to the call.
Hey, thank you, Aaron, everyone. And Jason, I get excited just hearing you because I can hear your enthusiasm. I can hear your passion. And I would say one word. What do these events mean? They mean everything. Everything. Because what it is you get so much more than what you think you're coming for. You think you're coming for an unbelievable product. You're probably going to get that. I bet everything I got. You're going to get a phenomenal product. Those words that you guys spoke tonight, that comes with a big tag at the end of it. And I can imagine, I have my guesses, I have my surmises or what it might be or what it might not be, but I know it's going to be a blockbuster product because it's been one after the other. You think you're coming to see other leaders. You're going to see some of the best in the company. And it's not to leave out the ones that can't get there. They're in the West Coast. They're in Australia. They're in New Zealand. They're in Japan. They're in Germany. They're all over. But you're going to get a bunch of them, and you're going to get Tom Jr. and Thomas. Powerhouse, father-son. Big bullet, father-son, nothing greater. 1-2 punch, heart and passion of a, second generation and a third generation, right? So I think, and I agree with you, Aaron, you're going to get so much there in Pennsylvania. If you are on the East Coast, if you're on the Midwest, or you got an excuse to come from the West Coast, or you're just the Bicinis, the flying Bicinis, they're like a circus act. They just show up everywhere. It doesn't matter how far they are. But no matter where you are, if you can get there, or if you can't, everyone on the West Coast knows someone on the East Coast. Get someone there and say, listen, I need you to do me a favor. Love to get your opinion. Buy them the $35 ticket if you want. So I want you to pop over there in a day, if you happen to be around, and tell me what you see. I can't get there. I hear there's a product coming. I hear but I need to know. There's so many ways to engage people with their opinions, as DW and myself talk about, and so many of the other people, asking someone their valued opinion. I know Tim Proctor's coming in from Florida. He was there before. Why would he come again? Because it must have made a difference to him, his partners, made a difference, me and him seeing each other. And so you get to see that. I think, Aaron, you got to see it for yourself. This has been, and this isn't to take away from anybody's event anywhere in this company in the 7+ years that I've been there, but it has been one of the most spectacular events because of people. And a lot of times they're from different lines. They're not even the same bloodlines, but they come from all over. And when you get to see this for a day or two, you get to really let it soak in, you realize, wow, this event means a lot. And I think it's so important to realize that. Now, am I excited? Yeah, absolutely, because the way you guys are setting this up, I've been here 7 years. I've heard some of the greatest products I've ever known come out. Goyden, H2 stick. What am I forgetting? So many. Sisel Ripped. Just to name a few. This one's teeing different. Guys, This one's getting teed up different. This one's something, because I even hear it in Jason's voice. I hear it in Aaron's voice. I've had Aaron on a couple of three-ways, and I think I can say this, Aaron. I've had you on a couple three-ways with even guys that are hopefully coming in, and I believe I'm 80% there. They're coming in because of the conversations. And it's not so much what Aaron said to him. It's how he said it. It was exciting. And they're like, wow, what's coming? And I said, I don't know. But I said, if it's anything like the H2 stick, if it's anything like the H pill, if it's anything like Ficoidin, you probably want to get all over it, because each product is something that can take you wherever you want to go with this. So I would just say for this competition, you can't get there, send a representative from wherever you're from. If you're out in Australia or New Zealand, you're with Doc Fizz. Doc Fizz does these unbelievable Sisel connects. Doc, you know everybody there knows someone here, and everybody here knows someone there. You know what? Send someone there. Report back to Doc. What did you say? Right? I mean, you can have fun with this, but I can tell you, to get in front of Tom and Thomas and whatever this is, and to be around 500, 600, maybe 1,000 people, it'll change your life. I'm so sure of it. Won't get crazy because I got 2 young kids, but I'm so sure of it. You buy the ticket, you don't like it, I'll buy your ticket back from you. Go and enjoy it. Say, you know what? You owe me whatever it is, $35 to go. Say, listen, it didn't work out for me. I'd like you to refund my ticket. I don't care if you're in my line or not. I will. That's how sure I am. It means everything, Aaron. I'll say that. And then Mower Mountain, I've been there. Guys, I would just say, if you're new or someone's coming in, whether you make it, whether you're in the top 50 or you make it because you can take some vacation time and go out there, see the Mowers. See all of them. See Aaron. See everybody with their hair down or head shaved, whatever it might be. Jason, right? I think you shave your head. I'm not sure. If not, I apologize. But everybody with their hair down, hair off, whatever it may be, in their element. And you'll see that's a family company. You'll see that's one of the most precise functioning manufacturers I have ever seen. And I've been in a nutraceutical type industry for 30 years. I've seen a lot of these facilities, second to none. But to see where that end product that you respect and love, and see people getting results and where it comes from and who it comes from in their element, Mower Mountain is it's the one you have to go at least once. I'm not saying you got to go out every time. Listen, guys, I think I made it. I was in there. I couldn't go last year. I have 2 young kids. I got sick parents. We can all make excuses, but I've been there 4 or 5 times, 6 times actually. The bottom line is I'll probably be this year. Do you know why? Because new people have expressed to me, I want to go. I'm either going to make the top 50. I said, even if you don't make the top 50, work hard. And if you can arrange it and get there, you need to see it once. Because when you go back to your prospective cities, towns, countries, your voice will be louder than the person that hasn't seen it. It'll be deeper. It'll be more passionate. You'll hear what I hear. You could say, wow, this guy seems either he's full of it or whatever. No, if I talk with conviction, it's because I've seen it. I've been there. I've experienced it. I've tripped down the mountain. I've had Tom almost drive me off a mountain in his Jeep. I've experienced these things, as only Aaron can tell you. And so have so many others. So I can't tell you enough of what these 2 events can do for you, and they're in the same year. Talk about a blockbuster. You have March, and then you have September in the United States. That's not counting with Japan, if you got anybody who can go get in front of Aaron over there, Australia or New Zealand, or anywhere the Mowers or Aaron, this corporate staff, and get there. Milo is a traveling cowboy right now. He is all over the place. And whoever he's gotten in front of has made them want to put their dancing shoes on. Whoever he's got in front of, they decide, you know what, I want this. So you got movement, you got wild momentum, as you call it. You have it going on. So it's, Aaron, I don't know that I can say anything more than this is summing up to be one of the most exciting years that I see, not just for myself and Sisel, but for all my partners and all my friends. And I am unafraid of bringing everybody into this. Guys, it's been a little rocky in 7 years. We've had changes. We've had this. Let's not deny that. But that's what makes it really bittersweet when you get through these kind of things. I can name stocks. I know people that left Microsoft, sold their stock, left Google, left whatever. And, had they just rode through that storm a little bit, became the powerhouses of technology. True stories, facts. Go look them up. You can see what's happened, the graphs that these things. And I really do believe we're that story in this field. And it's 2019. Seems like it's shaping up to be the best year that I've been part of here, and we're only in February. So to have those 2 events coming up, Aaron, I'll go back to my original word, it's everything. So I hope that to see everybody on the road, and I hope that everybody really does clear out the ears, open up the eyes, and whatever this product's going to be, I know it's going to be blessed by the Mowers and you guys, and sounds like Jason's in them. You know what? Whatever it is, we're going to take it. We're going to take it to the masses.
Well, Ray, thank you so much. And there's no question. I mean, folks, you can hear it in Ray's voice. I mean, these are the things that help to build the business, to bring people together, to give people a stronger resolution, to give people a chance to really understand products, to understand opportunity, and really to understand kind of the happiness that comes from a social relationship or a social experience that really is tough to find in today's day and age. It's tough to sit down at work and find people that are like-minded. Obviously, I have a different office, but to find people that are really focused on trying to help people achieve great success. So, with that being said, I don't want to keep you guys forever tonight, but I do want you to know. I mean, so here's one thing to think about. Ray calls up and introduces me to people in Japan. Ray calls up, finds out I'm going to Australia, introduces me. There are others that have done the same thing. They've let me know, hey, can you get in touch with this person? Can we do a quick email intro? Can we do a text and message intro? Can we do a WhatsApp intro? Can we do a call with them over line? So I've had so many opportunities to jump on with different leaders probably on this call tonight. I'm not looking at the numbers that are on and the names that are on, but I'll tell you this. Many of you that are on this call tonight have people that you know down in Australia. You have people that you know in New Zealand. You have people that you know in Japan. Let me know who those people are. Get them up through your upline. Get them up through the people that can get the information to me, that have my direct info, and give me the opportunity to talk to them and to get to know them and to have conversations with them as I'm bouncing around from city to city and country to country over the next couple of weeks. I'm all for it. I would rather spend all day, all night talking to new people that are interested in this great company. And as Ray said, it's not so much the things that I say, it's the way that I say it. And it's the opportunity that I bring in order to have a conversation with people and talk about the things that may be difficult for you to talk about, maybe a little bit difficult because they may be a friend of yours, a longtime acquaintance, a relationship, a family member, whoever it may be. Give me an opportunity to chat with them and just to bring up some thoughts. So do that for me. And with that being said, again, thank you, Ray, for being on the call tonight. I'm going to jump over to Dr. Curt Ficenec. And Curt, good grief. I think you're back now. You were gone for over a month. You were down in Australia, and talk about seeing the country. You went to every part of that country, even out into the Great Barrier Reef, even to the outback, and spending time in certain areas that obviously you had to have a guide, somebody that could take you back there. But your main focus was day after day, doing meeting after meeting, training after training, helping people understand why you're so passionate about this company, this business, why you're so passionate about the products, teaching them, educating them, giving them an opportunity to learn and to go forward. And one of the things that I love is, like I said at the first of this call, boy, you and I jumped on a call last Friday afternoon here in America. It was Saturday morning in New Zealand and Australia. We had probably 100 people on that call waiting in the wings, ready for me to come down there and to get excited about what's going to happen. I'm going to do training. I'm going to do opportunity. I did a video today as kind of my last hurrah send-off that'll pop out sometime hopefully on Thursday. You guys will see that. But Doc Fiz, you've been all over the country. You've gone down and supported them within the last, I believe, 6 months to 12 months. You've been there twice now. Again, just within the last year, trying to help and support your team down there. And good grief, you've done an amazing job. I certainly thank you for all of your effort and your poise and positioning, making sure that people know who we are, what we're all about. And so, Doc Fiz, Dr. Curt Ficenec, welcome to the call. Again, what does a tour like I'm going to do, like you just did, what does the Masters event that you've been out to and spoken at a couple of times, what do these events mean? What does Mower Mountain mean to people? What should people look forward to at these events? And why are they so important? Welcome back, I think, to America, Dr. Curt Ficenec.
Hey, Aaron, thanks for having me on the call. I really appreciate the introduction. I'll tell you, for anybody that's listening to the call, anybody that's listening to the recording, the importance of events, like it's been pointed out, is this is where leaders are born. They're born at events, and part of it is because you get to find that other people think like you. Because you go through your normal everyday life, you talk to your friends, you talk to your family, and there's so many people that are naysayers. They're the people that want to pull you down. They want to steal your dream. And you go to an event, you find people that think like you. And as weird as it might sound, there's people that think like you. And so that's the importance of events. But what I try and tell people is don't go to the event by yourself. If you're going to an event, grab somebody, take them by the hand and say, you're coming with me. If you can, grab 2-3 people and get them to bring 2 or 3 people. And that's how you see massive growth, because then when the next event comes up, now you're going to have a team of people going to an event, and that team of people, you get them to bring people, and all of a sudden you see that exponential growth that's just phenomenal. And, Aaron, as I traveled around Australia, their love for the Mowers, their love for what we have with this company is just intense. It's just intense. And so I traveled around the country. I went to a souvenir shop. I had my little Sisel baseball cap on, and the guy working behind the counter, he said, Sisel, he said, tell me about it. He said, I've heard of that company before. And so I had to give him a full presentation of Sisel right there in the souvenir shop. I was at another place, and a massage therapist came up and said, hey, tell me about that Sisel company. I've heard of that. And so, just wearing clothing, Sisel clothing, that will get people's attention. It's amazing what it'll do. But, as I traveled around Australia, my main focus is on age reversal. As a physician, that's my interest. That's my background. And I really think that Sisel has the products. We are, in my opinion, we are the premier age reversal company on the planet, and we've got the products to prove it. I mean, you look at all the calls that we do on Friday nights, the testimonials like what we had last week, and I won't go through any of them, but the testimonials we had last week, just amazing on what we're doing, how we're helping people with their lives and getting them so they actually get their life back. And now to follow that up, to follow up my tour of all of Australia, with Aaron going around, and he's going to be talking about wild momentum, how to take that science and how to take that product knowledge and how to take that whole momentum of age reversal and turn it into a business. I mean, holy cow! If you don't get something out of that, I mean, like Tom says, your wood's wet, and you get Aaron out there and just listen to him on a call. I pointed this out to Aaron last week after we did the Friday call. You could just tell his amount of knowledge of what's going on. The guy just talks and talks. He doesn't have to take the time to pause. Most of us, we have to stop and we have to think, and let our brain catch up to our mouth. And Aaron never seems to do that. That's an amazing trait that he has. And you want to go hear him because he's got that knowledge and he can help you build that. And as Ray and Jason and Aaron were talking about going to the event out in Pennsylvania, there's going to be a new product that's going to be introduced. A lot of us kind of have a little bit of an inkling of what it might be, and it's super exciting to see what's going to happen and where it's going to go. We don't know exactly what it is, but we have a little bit of an idea, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to add a different dimension to what we have, and so for everybody that can get out there, get to that event. If you can't get to the event, watch for the live broadcast. For you guys out there in Pennsylvania, do a live broadcast on Facebook. So it's Facebook Live for those of us that can't make it, and get it so that we can see and we can feel that energy. And if you're within driving time, boy, I'll tell you what, we had people that drove 5 hours. We had people that drove 8 hours to one of my events down in Australia. 8 hours one way just to get there. And I know that Aaron's got people driving one way to get to the event. They're going to be driving 8 to 10 hours just to get there across Australia to get to see Aaron and hear him speak. And I'll say that's commitment. That's commitment. When you jump in a car and you take a train and you travel across the country, I mean, my opinion, that's the commitment. Aaron asked me to talk a little bit about Mower Mountain. since I've joined the company, I've never missed a Mower Mountain event. I love them. It's a place where you get to have some fun. You get to hang out with other leaders, like I said, like-minded people that want to see the best thing happen, not just for themselves, but for the rest of us, for the rest of the company. Because if you grow, I grow, no matter if we're on the same team, and that's the whole thing. And so you really want to get out there, no matter if you're on the leaders board, and like Ray said, if you're in the top 50 or if you're not, get out to these events. And I'll tell you, the people that are on the leaders board, they're the same people that when you have contests within your team, they're the same people that win the little mini contests. And I know, like I was just talking to one of my leaders up in Michigan, Andrea, and she was at Mower Mountain. She's already trying to get paid on the event. She wanted to be the first one on the board to have her paid registration. She'll be there. And this year, instead of being a 1-star, I'll put money on it right now. Tom Sr., if you're listening to the call, I'll bet you $50 that Andrea is a 3-star or above by the time she gets there. That's how much I know that she's going to grow before she gets there. And, sometimes I hear people say, oh, Curt, you're just lucky. You just seem to have found the right people. But, the thing about it, there's no luck at all involved with it. It's really when opportunity meets preparedness. And when you're prepared and you're going down an elevator or you're getting onto an airplane and people say, what do you do? What's that on your hat? What does that mean? And you can make it happen. Any kind of a tool, like I tell people, if I've got a stick and I'm standing on a beach, I'll draw it in the sand. That's my tool. If I'm in a bar or if I'm in a restaurant, I'll grab a napkin, I'll grab a pen, pencil, and I'll draw out. I'll make a tool right there. If I have to, I'll make a tool out of whatever I have. And that's how you can share the business with people. And when you meet the right people, because they go to work. They get excited. They get super excited. They call you the next day. That massage therapist that I met down in Australia, within 10 minutes of leaving the massage that I had, within 10 minutes I got an email, and she said, what is it? Tell me more. That's how excited she got. And that's what you want. As you go out and you build your business, you want to be able to have your story so powerful that people can't sleep, that you tell them, hey, you're going to be excited about this one. I can't tell you anything right now, but you won't get any sleep tonight trying to figure out what I'm talking about. And Aaron, I'm super excited about you going down to Australia. You're going to have some great people that are going to be there. For all of you that are in Australia, listen to the call, listen to the recording. Get over there to see Aaron. He's going to share some information with you on how you can build your business, take the stuff that I gave you when I was there just, last month and make it happen. So, Aaron, over to you.
Well, Doc, it's certainly appreciated. And again, I'm telling you, I couldn't thank you more, in my opinion, for what happened as you were down in Australia, bouncing around again from city to city over the course of a month. But what you did was really prepare everybody for me to come down there, and that means a lot to me because there were, certain growing pains, folks, when you got, shipping out of New Zealand and things that are happening and the way that it's shipped and the time that it takes to get to Australia, which is very quick compared to what it used to be. But still, shipping information, contact, and tracking info, et cetera. All of those things are important. And so then to have Doc Fiz down there, who has an incredible background and a lot of business experience and business acumen, but also the ability to then talk to people and allow them to have a voice, and then to bring them a little bit off the ledge and bring them back to a semblance, if you will, of what we know has to happen in order for us to continue to build. So thanks for putting out the fires, Doc, and I look forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of great people down there that I look forward to seeing again that I haven't seen for a couple of years. And I cannot wait to be there. We, as many of you know, we kicked off the pre-launch of New Zealand in December. On really December 3rd, we opened up the catalog. Immediately, it just started building. And so we had all these people waiting in the wings, even people that were getting stuff shipped over from Australia back to New Zealand. Once it left the port of New Zealand, it would fly over to Australia. They would then return it right back to the people in New Zealand that were just waiting to have an opportunity to get a New Zealand ID. That happened in December, and as of now, we've got so many people waiting. We've got so many people looking forward to that first event. It's going to be a lot of fun. So on Friday night of this coming week, New Zealand time, we're actually going to have a get-together. You guys can go to the blog, spend some time there, look around at the post that just went out today. You'll be able to see some of the information that is there. You'll be able to see what venue it's at, what location, what time. It's from 7 o'clock p.m. until 9 o'clock p.m., just to bring people together in a warm reception. I'll introduce everybody to each other. We'll have a chance to chat, have a couple of drinks, have some, as they say, nibbles, and then we'll go from there to the training and then the opportunity meeting the next day, and then I'm off to Sydney that Sunday morning. So no rest for the wicked or weary. We're going to take off and go and have a lot of fun. And one thing that I'll mention at the end of this call, and I'll wrap it up real quick. One of the things that Jason did, and what Doc Fizz is talking about, is that Jason put together the SiselSalesTools.com, and SiselSalesTools.com is a great resource for you to get all kinds of information where you have a chance to find the details of the if you will, swag. I hate to use that word on a public call, but where you can find T-shirts and hats and sweatshirts and leggings and brochures that you can have pre-printed with your name and ID number and all that information on there. You can get table skirts, and you can do pop-up banners and displays and all of those wonderful things. Well, go to SiselSalesTools.com, and you'll have a chance to pull together all that information. Again, that was a brainchild and really birthed by Jason, so it was a great opportunity for us to have that happen. The other thing I might mention is that one of the things that you guys have here in North America that they do not have in other parts of the world is that immediately when a product comes out, it's available immediately to the public within the U.S. and Canada. Well, that doesn't mean it happens overseas. So Jason mentioned earlier, maybe I want to talk a little bit about Europe and the Sisel H2 sticks. Well, we sent over a pallet of Sisel H2 sticks, and in 4 days they are more than halfway sold out of that product. It literally, we all kind of had our eyeballs go up into the middle of our head and our eyebrows go up in the middle of our hairline, which, as you know, that's a long way for my eyebrows to go. And we started talking about it this morning in our executive meeting, and I was stressed. I said, come on, guys, we cannot go back order on that. But the problem is we sent over a pallet down to Australia, New Zealand, so we can't pull those back because those are selling just as fast. We can't keep the momentum happening from here in the U.S. because they're selling as quickly, or if not quicker, than anywhere else. And so we're literally holding on for dear life, trying to get the batches in and flavors and all the things that need to go into that product, because we're going to make some adjustments to the taste and the flavor and the look of the color of the water. You guys will see that happening in the next couple of weeks. But I want you to know that's the excitement that you guys have. It's immediately accessible and it's immediately in your hands, versus some of these other countries that I go to that might be 2, 3, 4, even sometimes 6 months later, or like Japan that can't get the Sisel H2 sticks into Japan, and so they're trying to do some workarounds locally of manufacturing something over in Japan where we can have it there. So just realize you guys are lucky. You have it right there immediately. And what I always tell people is that if you're looking at Sisel as an opportunity, you want to change maybe your household income, you want to have a hobby, you want to have a full-time job, you want to have a part-time job doing this business, you listen to a couple of people, obviously, that we had on that do this full-time. You have Doc Fizz, who's just spent a month in Australia. You've got Ray Hutchison, who bounces all over the U.S., and you'll start seeing him bounce outside of the U.S. You've got all these people that are kind of bouncing around that are doing this full-time, and here's what I want you to think about. What risk did they take in order to get this started? What risk did it take for them to get a new business going? Well, the biggest risk I can tell you is that you order your first products and they sit in the corner of your living room, and they sit there and collect dust, and you wasted $50 or $100 or whatever the number was on some new product. Or let's say you took it. You actually used the product and you weren't necessarily, interested in building the business. The product worked. You started to share it with some people, but really it just wasn't kind of into you. But the fact is that the products actually did work and you liked what you felt. And so the risk was that you got a little bit healthier. You felt a little bit better about yourself. You jumped out of bed in the morning. You actually went on a walk with your family. You did something that you wouldn't normally have done. But maybe you took a little bit bigger risk and started making a little bit of extra money, and pretty soon you had $500 coming into your household, and that was changing kind of the household income stream. You're kind of tapped out on the way that you can make money with your full-time job, maybe your hourly, maybe your salary, but you just don't have an opportunity for upside that you would normally, or maybe that you could if you would maybe control your own destiny. So I tell people there's not much risk, folks. There really is not much risk. You might get healthier. You might have a box that's taking up room in your space and then get rid of it and you're done. But that's okay. You took the risk to start with. So take the risk. Take an opportunity to get back with the person that invited you to this call. Have a conversation with them. Talk about why are these people so excited? Where are they in other parts of the world? Why is Aaron going to New Zealand, Australia, and Japan? What's the business like there? What's the climate in Europe? How about Eastern Europe? How about other parts of Southeast Asia? What about the U.S., Canada? Ask those questions because I think you're going to be in love with the answers. So, folks, I'm off to the races tomorrow. I look forward to keeping in contact with you as best I can. Hopefully we'll have some good Facebook updates. We'll have some good Instagram stories to impart upon you as I bounce from, again, country to country, city to city. But I look forward to keeping in contact with you guys because you guys are my family, my Sisel family. I'm ecstatic to go and visit the parts of my family that I haven't seen for a couple of years. And I will be back at the end of March, and we'll go ahead and just keep on going right into April, where we'll go off to the European Convention, which will be at towards the end of April on the 27th and 28th of April in Budapest, Hungary. So put these events on your calendar. I think we've beat this horse enough. I want you guys to be there. Make a commitment today to be there. You won't regret it. Everybody have a great night. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great month, and we'll catch up with you on the first Monday of April. Thanks, everybody. Good night and goodbye.